Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks, everybody watching the replay. Feel free to tweet it out, heart it up. I am Chandra Sangat, your modern medicine woman.
And I am Jason with Ray of Light Tarot. Hey, Chandra. Can you guys hear me okay?
Let's make sure. I'm going to go into your YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
And check your the comments.
Awesome. Thank you. Because I know we had some issues with the audio last time. So hopefully that's resolved.
Okay. I see it here.
Hopefully the audio is working properly tonight. Happy Wednesday. It's been quite a week. I'm so glad to have a voice again. That laryngitis was no joke, man.
Yeah, dude.
Not a joke. I'm so excited to have a voice and be getting caught up. I'm working around the clock to catch up now. I've got all these personal readings, recorded readings I'm working my butt off on now because I had to literally shut it down, Chandra, for a little while. I couldn't speak.
I know. So, I watched some of the readings that you did, like when you were just coming out of it, and you sounded like gnarly. You were in pain. It was like intense.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun, but all is well. I'm just now trying to get caught up. I love it.
Okay, cool. Yes, people are like, yes, hear you great. Hello. Hey.
Yay.
Comments, audio is good. Love you, Jason. Your reading for Aries was on point.
Nice. I'm very glad to hear that.
Very nice. El Paso. Welcome from El Paso. Awesome sauce. And thanks everybody watching on my Facebook and on Periscope.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for being here and joining us. We love doing this on Wednesday nights. And we love you guys being here and chatting with us. And it's just so much fun. Like I was saying, I'm so glad to be back and have a voice again. I'm working on getting the rest of the general readings up this week, but I've got so many personal readings also that I'm catching up on. A lot of people that ordered recorded readings are ready for them, and I am ready to get them out. Just now that I have a voice, that's possible. So
yes,
hope everyone's doing great. Guys,
somebody just asked, what does the new moon mean for relationships? There we go.
Stay away.
So yeah, we're gonna do a new moon in Scorpio show basically, but you know the new moon's all about manifesting and about planting the seeds and basically for us this is exactly what we do with the Magic Playground is to set the intention for the month and
absolutely
let's do it.
Intention means so much, guys. I know, we're all learning on this journey, and I'll tell you, Chandra and I talk about this a lot. Your intention, setting your intention in everything you do in life, it means so much and has such an impact on the ability to accomplish things, And I think the more clear you are with your intentions, the easier it is for the universe to cooperate with you and just give you what you want. So it's always good to really be specific with setting your intentions. And I'm learning to be more and more specific and more deliberate with my intentions every day. So that's a big lesson, I think, for me and for all of us. So what do you think about that, Chandra?
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes I'm really hard. I can be really hard on myself. So then when I sense my energy like going in a different way that I don't want it to go, I start like kind of getting a little gnarly on myself. So I have to work on that because I realize that like my mind plays tricks on me sometimes, and I feel like I need instant proof that things are going in the way that I intended, and when it's not exactly showing up. And this is what I've been working on too in the last like few months is to like just take a breath and give the universe a little time. And it's interesting because I've noticed that because like, this earth is really dense and it's like,
right.
Like it's heavy and I've been feeling it a lot, especially lately. So it's been about setting the intention, but mixing that with the faith, like the unwavering faith and then keeping the intention with faith for me, because
Yeah.
otherwise I trip myself out. I trip myself out all the time.
Yeah, and I think it's so true what you said about this earth plane being so dense. You know, as human beings, like when we walk through muddy water that's really heavy and you just have to like trudge through it really slow, I think that's what our souls experience when we incarnate into human form. Our souls have to like get used to this sort of heaviness that we're not used to as spiritual beings when we're free of the body. So we get here, and it's I believe it's like this experience of just sudden, just like, oh, this heaviness, and it's you go through that just in the physical experience of being here, and I think spiritually, emotionally, that's what we experience, that heaviness in a spiritual way. That's what we battle against and struggle against in our lifetimes, and that's sort of an analogy for all of it. It's like the heaviness and the trudgery is so painful really for our spirits, you know, and it's a real learning process, and there's a learning curve, so we got to be easy on ourselves, guys, and you know, forgive ourselves as we forgive one another for the sometimes slow trudgery of this life.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But it gets better, right? That's the idea. It gets better, and it's meant to get better the more you learn to sort of master things. And hey, once you master it, we're not going to be here anymore anyway. We're going to move into a new dimension. So let's just enjoy the journey, enjoy the mastery.
Jai was telling me about the book that Dolores Cannon's daughter wrote. I think her name is Julia Cannon. Which is crazy.
She's awesome. Which one? Did she write?
I don't know which one, but it was talking about how Earth is like the video game that we created because we got bored of all the video games. Like we advanced all the other games, and so we created our own. And it's like the hardest video game, basically, if you think of it like that. And so we're here because we've like already done all the other ones. We're like over it. Like Mario Kart was way like 7 years ago. Or more. And so we're like on Earth now. And it's crazy if you think of it like that. And the other day I started really thinking about it, and I realized like that helps me. Like it made something click because it made me realize like, okay, I can like take a step back and chill for a minute. Like I can chill and reassess. I'm not supposed to know how to do everything here.
Right. If it's not supposed to be easy, it's a test, you know, and it's there's learning involved, and it's okay. It's hard for all of us. I mean, myself especially, to remember that all the time. But the more we can remind ourselves that this is supposed to be the frustrating, you know, the contrast of the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, and it's not. You know, the more we recognize that, then even through the difficulty, we can kind of take that bird's eye view and chuckle at ourselves as much as possible. I mean, it's not always easy, but it is good to remind ourselves, hey, it's okay. It's not supposed to all be fun and games, but it kind of is when you realize that the hard stuff is meant to be a challenge, and it's all part of the wheel that keeps turning, you know?
Yeah, it's the school called Earth. And we came here to learn. And the other thing, I was listening to a different tarot reader, and she was talking about how we live in our minds, like because our thoughts become things, and so to take care of our thoughts. And I think that brings us back to the beginning where we started about intention and the new moon. Yeah,
which is really an exciting time. And so somebody asked, I think either last week in chat or a couple weeks ago, about we were talking about the moon cycles and manifesting. They asked about, you know, well, if you manifest during the new moon, does that mean 2 weeks later during the full moon that manifestation comes into fruition? Well, no. I mean, it could, depending on what the manifestation is. But first of all, the new moon and the full moon are not in the 2 week cycle. They're in very different cycles. If you look at like the new moon, what are we in? New moon in
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Well, the full moon in 2 weeks. What full moon will that be?
I don't know, but it'll be a different sign. The moon goes through a different sign every 2.5 days.
Right. And also, what you can look to though is you can go back to the new moon in Scorpio in whatever the last full moon in Aries, for example. If you go back and look at the last time we had a new moon in Aries, sometimes you'll see the convergence of your manifestations from then to that full moon, whenever it ended up falling, and it could be months apart, whatever. But
sometimes it's a shorter time, sometimes it's a longer time. It depends, because the moon goes through different cycles every 2.5 days, which is also correlated to the women. Women have 11 moon centers, and they're 2.5 days long. So every 2.5 days, a woman's moon center and also their mood, their general mood, switches to a different mode. But so like right now we have the new moon phase in Scorpio, the full moon in Scorpio. I don't know when it's going to happen. I mean, I need to get Astro Gold, which the Leo King has, so we can do the calculations.
Yeah.
And then I can be on here like, well, the full moon in Scorpio is going to be.
Yeah. The Lioness Queen. Leo King. I love it. So guys, I'm going to do a quick little pulling of cards. We'll throw a few cards down for you guys. And I think Chandra, you're going to do my friend Chandra's son, Gat, who I'm so happy to be here with. I believe she is going to give sort of an intuitive read for the week as well. Yes. Before we get going and talking about some magic playground stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull, I think what I'll do is pull 3 cards from the vice versa traditional tarot deck. And then I was showing Chandra this Lightworker Oracle cards that I recently acquired. I'm going to pull a card from there for all of us Lightworkers to see what our message is. I'm not familiar with the deck yet at all, so I probably will read from the book based on what card comes out. But I'm going to go ahead and do that to see what's going on for this new moon in Scorpio. Yeah, so let's see what's going on, guys. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spirit. Thank you for allowing me to connect to the energy of our collective group here and give us some messages. Thank you so much for the clear and direct messages for everyone. What's going on? I'm going to cut the deck. And okay. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the World. I love it. Here you go, guys. 7 of Pentacles. Can you see this? 7 of Pentacles.
Yes.
Page of Swords. And then the World.
Wow, those are beautiful.
So, aren't these beautiful cards? I'm going to hold them all up. Let me hold them up in the order so you can see. So basically, I'm going to keep this pretty light here. What I see for this, for all of us as a group, is, this time, this is allowing us a time of, sort of assessing where we're at, assessing the fruit on the tree, the abundance in our lives that we have manifested up until this point. And, the 7 of Pentacles is all about assessment. And really just taking time to sort of, it's almost like doing inventory. If you had your own little store, you do inventory and, count everything up. And so this is a time of assessment to see where you're at. And with the Page of Swords here, the page is yang and swords are all about communication. For me, it's truth. That illuminated sword and the blue sky behind it is truth. And I think this is about really entering a period. And because the pages are young, this is about entering a new period in our lives of really communicating our truth to ourselves and to those around us with confidence and a new sense of purpose. And with the World here, it's just really an opportunity for a beautiful new cycle of balance for us all. And I really feel that for each and every one of us, this is a chance to really focus on our inner balance, balancing the divine masculine and feminine within us. And not just seeking out, but do a lot of allowing of a new cycle to come in for us, because that's where we're at, guys. Things are changing. We're in constant shift and change, but there's a chance for a beautiful new cycle in all of our lives where we continue to grow the fruits on that tree and allow abundance to come in. So hopefully we can all do that starting with this new moon and our manifestations for this new moon. Now I'm going to pull a Lightworker Oracle card and see what advice we have from the Lightworker Oracle. I'm so excited, and I love this new deck. Really makes me happy. One more shuffle, I think. Getting a new deck for me is like Christmas morning. It is. It feels like being a kid, and it's like Christmas morning, and it's like, yay, I get to do, like, it's just exciting. I know it's hard though at first. Well, not hard. It's a struggle at first when you get your hands in it, and you sort of, it gets to know you and you get to know it. Merkaba, spiritual protection.
Oh.
So I'm going to read from the Lightworker Oracle book and see what it says about this
Oh my
card.
word.
Isn't that a cool card? Very cool.
Oh my gosh, I need to get those. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm behind already.
5. You're what?
I'm behind already.
I'm behind already. All right, let's see what's up. I love it, Chandra. You crack me up. Okay. Let me hold this up and read to you guys. Make sure you can see it. Okay. Merkaba, spiritual protection. Being open to receive is a way to gain empowerment, strength, and all manner of assistance. To enhance your receptivity, it can be helpful to declutter and cleanse your energy field. This allows for that which is not rightfully yours to be shed. Sometimes this will include the disowned thoughts and feelings of others which have attached to you. When you release these thoughts and feelings, a spaciousness will grow within you. Then you can then receive more of what is rightfully meant to be for you and is for your divine good in all ways. And it's basically about how you can become spiritually and energetically overloaded, and to really release. And again, receptivity, we were just talking about allowing and being receptive. Sometimes in order to be receptive, you have to clear your energy field and let go of things that are blocking you, whether it be blocking your heart chakra in regard to love or any other number of things that you can be blocking. That's a great message for all of us. And I just love these cards. I can tell I'm going to have a great relationship with these cards, guys. So I look forward to sharing these cards with you guys on our journey. So, all right. I hope this reading helped you guys get started, and let's hear what the lovely, my dear friend Chandra, let's hear what she has to say for us. For this new moon in Scorpio.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. First of all, thanks everybody who's commenting. I can see all of your comments on YouTube. I'm trying to read all of them. Everyone's just like really, really excited and happy and grateful. And somebody just said smudging. Yeah, that's a good suggestion for clearing the energy. There you go. I know I've got like this massive sage thing.
Gotta do it.
That's how I roll.
Nice.
All right, guys. So a little bit about the astrology first to start off the reading that I want to do for you guys, and then I'll get into more of like what that means and how it feels and what's manifesting out of it. So right now we have the new moon in Scorpio. Venus is in Libra, still retrograding. Jupiter is at the last couple degrees of Scorpio, and the sun is in Scorpio. So that's a lot of Scorpio energy. That's a lot of Scorpio is like the death card. So it's like it's it's like bats, like rebirth through death. It's like transformation. And I think your card reading like hit on point with everything that's actually going on. So what we're going to be doing literally like in the next couple of days into next week and then even further is Jupiter is going home into Sagittarius. Mercury is going into Sagittarius. Like a lot of planets are going into the world card, which is about expansion and travel sometimes. And it's about, right? And so that's what's going on astrologically. And what that means is like the message is we're entering a time of a massive expansion, massive exploration of really figuring out what it is that makes us tick at the deepest level. And that's why right now, today, and for the next like day or so, we're clearing out the last few bits of Scorpio. I mean, the sun will be in Scorpio for a while, but then the sun will also go into Sagittarius. So it's like we're really entering a whole brand new phase of our lives. We will never be in this space ever again. Ever again. And so this also relates, it makes me think about the thing that I was talking about earlier about being easy on myself. It's like, be easy on yourself because this time is really intense for all of us. And it's because it's really like getting to the bottom, like clearing out the really nasty, nasty stuff. And it's not even that it's bad. It's just bringing to the light the things that we probably have never brought to the light, like in our whole lives. No one on earth has been in this space astrologically that is alive today. Like there's not a person alive today that has seen the transits that are going on this week.
Yeah,
so
it brings the term spring cleaning to a whole new level. Like it's intense, guys, and it's okay to, it's okay to admit when something's hard. Like I have told you guys how the Venus retrograde literally slammed me into the ground, and I mean, yeah, it's humbling to have to admit that stuff to people and people you don't even know, but it did. I'm so looking forward, about 8 or 10 more days and Venus goes direct. Thank you.
On the 16th. Thank you.
Yeah.
God.
Like, thank God. This was the most painful Venus retrograde. I've never seen anything like this emotionally.
This Venus retrograde is literally is redefining our lives.
Yeah.
We will remember these 40 days and 40 nights of Venus retrograde until we die.
Yes.
Like it's that intense.
I know I will. I agree.
I know I will. There have been so many things going on in my life, like physical things, jobs, relationships, like romantic relationships with everything, with money, with work, with people, like everything has been getting completely rearranged and it feels really, really intense. And so that's where the allowing comes in. And we have to really, really work to allow. And if it's challenging to allow, then just like keep working at it because we're entering that space of expansion. Like the adventure's about to begin. Like it's about to get going, and then it's going to be social time. It's going to be time to express our opinions. It's going to be time to express ourselves. A lot of us are going to be coming into a lot of money. Like Jupiter and Sagittarius is going to be like, everyone's going to be like fast moving in and out. And that's good for making money because money is energetic flow. And so it's going to be like flowing nicely. So we're all going to be like, woo, feeling good. So the intentions for this new moon in Scorpio, which is really, really, really powerful, are to really focus on allowing and receiving. And if you need to protect yourself, like the Merkaba card mentioned, then do that because it's the best and most effortless, and it's the easiest way to let the universe do what it's doing because it's massively working right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and I think that's
so
good,
there we
Chandra.
go.
That's great. I love that, and I think it's great. Everyone kind of needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. We sometimes need that reassurance or that reminder that everything is working, and not only that, but everything's always working for the highest good. And it's gonna be okay. Because I know, a lot of people talked about, like, the way I could describe this Venus retrograde and all the energies recently, it's like being chained, like being tied by a rope or a chain to the back of a chariot or something and being dragged, like, along a dirt gravel road, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, and
you have to find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah, and I mean,
like,
emotionally.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, emotionally, that's how it felt for me. And then look, I mean, it manifested physically. I literally got sick, lost my voice. I mean, it was just rough. It was rough. It was like, sandpaper on a sunburn rough. So it's getting better, guys. It's going to get better. And it's going to continue to get better. And like she said, a lot of coming into our own and communication and using our voice, really using our voice coming soon. I feel like that's going to be great for a lot of people and empowering. So that's exciting. Thank you, Chandra.
Yes.
sharing that.
Yeah, Denny on Periscope is asking, when does the retrograde end? The Venus retrograde ends on November 16th. So Venus will go stationary and then direct, and it'll be in shadow. In shadow means it's covering the space that it covered. So it's going to go back through all of the space that it covered when it went backwards. So it's going to go back, forward, and then move into new space. So there's going to be some clearing. But the thing is, once it's done, and thank God.
Yes. And that shadow period, guys, brace yourself for that one last little loop on the roller coaster ride. That shadow period's going to be intense, to say the least. But after that, like Chandra said, it's over.
I know.
Then you can just go, oh, I want to go again. No, you won't want to go again. But it'll be over, and it'll be done, and it'll all be good.
But somebody on the YouTube said, what were the exact words? Because it was like another way. Okay, reminder: even when it's bad, it's good.
Yes.
That's in other words exactly. Yes. It's like yes, because.
I love that. That's so true. I was talking to someone today. I had a live reading with someone, and I was talking about something being, quote, good. And I said, I know it doesn't feel good, and it may be really painful, but a lot of times things that just because something hurts or it's really, really uncomfortable, it's still good. It's a good thing. Just like Easter Sunday, we call the Friday that Christ was crucified is known as Good Friday. Well, it's not known as Good Friday because it's a happy day. I mean, the crucifixion, the torture, that all of that stuff that they talk about in church before Easter on Good Friday, it's not happy. It's like a funeral service, but it's Good Friday because the belief is that what had to be accomplished that day was good. So that's sort of what I mean when I say something's good, even if it feels really bad.
Exactly. It's true. No, it is good. It's all good. And that's the whole point, okay? That's the whole point of the Magic Playground.
Yes.
Is to change the mentality, to change the mindset, to change the intention into saying, this is good. This is good. For one, because it is good. But for two, because changing it to that keeps it being good.
Yes. Oh, happy fault. Oh, happy fault. I don't know.
So it's like, some things you have to find a way to turn it around and turn it into something good. You just have to. Like, the sun will come out tomorrow, and so I'm going to keep a smile. I'm going to keep a smile on my face because it always will. It always does. It always does. The sun always comes out every single day.
Make it come out, and we can make it come out a little faster and shine a little brighter if we manifest that sunniness, that happiness from within, even in the worst of circumstances. When it's harder to do it, practice doing it even more. That's where I'm at in life, is practice doing it even more the harder it gets. And, knock on wood, it doesn't get harder. It'll get easier next time. So, but it's good practice. And I love it. Chandra, I've watched you manifest so much abundance into your life recently. And it's been such a pleasure. Are you there?
I'm here. Here. We're good.
It's been such a pleasure to watch as your friend. Sorry, somebody tried to call into my phone.
Whoops.
So sorry about that.
That happens.
Yeah. And I think it's somebody who's watching. Don't do that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jason. I've watched you as well manifest really epicness, and it's been really fun to watch you too. I mean, that's the thing, guys. Like, you find your tribe, you find your people. The more you do this, the more you continue to be you and to be the most positive aspect of you, the more you will attract the other people who are just gelling on that same level. And it's like, it multiplies. It's amazing how much it just doesn't take anything away at all. It's incredible. Like, I used to have this mindset. I was raised with the mindset of like, you hold back because if you give, you're like going to lose part of yourself. And it's totally not true. You have to just be you, because what's going to happen is natural. Like, the people that don't gel with you are not going to come to you. They're not going to come to take. The people that are going to come to make you stronger and better are going to come to you. And
to build with you. And not only that, it feels so good to give of yourself, give of your time, your talent, your treasure. It feels so good to give. And it's because it is good. And it, like you said, you're not losing when you do that. You're actually, that's how you open yourself up to receive more and better things. Whatever you're giving, you're going to receive it back in return. And it's going to attract and open you to those beautiful people, things in your life that you are desiring, and by vibrating that out and giving that. So if I want to meet somebody that's loving and kind, I'm not going to do that by trying to impress anyone. I'm going to do that by being a loving and kind person. It's just that simple and that complicated for some of us to grasp at the same time, but it's really simple.
It's simple and complicated at the same time. It takes practice. It takes practice, right? Just like learning how to swing. Like, learning how to swing is really fun, but it takes practice. It's interesting because it took my daughter a while to learn, and now she's like, almost like flipping over the thing. Like, I'm thinking one of these days she's gonna like go all the way around the swing. But
Chandra, do you remember? I used to be afraid that would happen sometimes when I was a kid. I would start swinging so high that I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to like flip over the swing set? Did you ever used to think that when you were a kid?
Yes.
You might flip over?
Oh, yeah. If you get enough momentum. Oh my God. I don't think it's actually physically possible, because you would have to have so much momentum that you have to like stay stuck to the seat. Once you start going up, gravity starts pulling down. So once you pass that threshold, we're getting into a little bit of physics here. Then gravity starts pulling you down, and so it takes away all of the momentum, like that's why swinging works.
And Chandra, remember how fun it would be? To jump off the swing when you would get really high and jump, and you kind of get to fly from that feeling of flying.
Oh my God. Like, I only did that a few times. I'm such a wuss. I was such a wuss as a kid. My sister though, Jai, oh my God.
Would be doing that.
She was a monkey, and she would like climb the sides of the swing and then like stay up the top, or like she would fly.
I could see Jai doing it too, for sure. Yep.
No, I definitely did that. That's fun.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Carla really says, I would never jump either. Haha. Yes. Somebody says, I'm giving now, and so are all of you. That's true.
Yes.
That's actually a very interesting comment. And so, and somebody's asking, is it aware giving or not? ? It's like, yes, great comments, because
is it what?
Is it aware? Is it conscious giving or not? Like, sometimes yes, sometimes no, but that's exactly why it's really important to keep our vibration at the best possible in the moment. Like, we just have to do our best in the moment. You had laryngitis. You were not going to be talking because you couldn't physically talk. Your best in the moment was whatever you did in the moment. But it's like, so long as we keep it the best to the moment, the best will change. But the unconscious giving, which we're always vibrating, we're always emanating. Yes, we're always giving away our energy. In a sense, we're always exuding it because it's coming through source and it's coming out into the earth, and like there's no way for us to stop that process. So that's why it's important to keep it as high, as I don't want to say necessarily like high vibration, but it's just like as good as it can possibly feel in the moment. As good as it can feel in the moment. And some moments don't feel that good, but as long as you keep it like the highest that you can in that moment.
Well, like you said, it's going to flow one way or the other. And so the key to happiness and finding your best experience always is just to really try and vibrate at your highest and raise that vibration and that be in that magic playground of just sort of wonder. And the more we are in the magic playground of childlike wonder and learning, that's the best. That's, to me, that's all there is. That's great. It's so exciting to be in that state where the more you admit you don't know, the more you learn. The more you're paying attention and learning as you experience, and it's really fun to do that.
Yes. I had a conversation the other day. What were you going to say? You love what?
I was just going to say I love Julia's paintings behind you.
Oh yeah, everyone likes them. I love them, obviously. Yeah. They're very pretty. My mom and I created this little, design or whatever with the particular ones that we chose, and they're very colorful. Julia's all about the rainbow, obviously. Where is it? There it is. And everything she colors is all the colors of the rainbow. And we sing this song, All the Colors of the Rainbow. It's a Kundalini meditation song. So we love it, and that's cool. This actually says a lot. Like, I could go on and on and on about the light that is all around us, about the vibration, about the fact that the rainbow is exactly what we were kind of talking about. It's like, sometimes I'm vibrating red, sometimes, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink, because Julia loves the pink at the end. And we're going to be vibrating a different color. Sometimes we're vibrating all the colors, and that's part of attracting and repelling. Like, whatever color we're vibrating, we're going to attract that color. Mm-hmm. And I mean that as far as people and experiences and physical manifestations of everything that we do.
Yeah, that's so true. You are going, whatever. That's why we talk about all the time, guys. Be aware of your thoughts and be aware of your feelings and be aware of what you're putting out. If you're putting out, negativity or hostility or resentment, you're going to attract that back into your life. So when you encounter situations and you think, wow, that person's really resentful, it's good to observe it and then make sure that you aren't engaging in that type of behavior, because you're going to see more resentment if you are. And so always that's just, I know I really, when I feel any kind of negativity from somebody in my life, I have learned to really go within and make sure that I'm not meeting them halfway or putting that out in any way going forward, because I don't want to, and that we meet it with love and healing and light, because the more we do that, that's going to not only help them, but it's also going to it's helping yourself. It's really helping yourself. So
we just we just went through all the transits we went through Monday, through just a couple of days ago, astrologically, for the last probably about year and a half, have been all about figuring out what it is that we want, like individuality, what it's going to help me, because I can't help anyone else until I am full, until my cup is full. The Ace of Cups does not come if the Ace of Cups is empty or halfway. Like, the Ace of Cups is overflowing, and that's what we have had to figure out. How can we take care of ourselves so that we can overflow? So now we know what those things are. The time for the next 18 months is going to be take care of me first, because it's all about long-term comfort and all about long-term plans and stability. So it's that meeting between, like, doing the work that's going to create stability in the very, very long term. Like, people, I'm not one of those people. I haven't been in the past. I mean, I'm young or whatever, but I haven't been the type of person that's always like, oh, well, when I retire at 65, but like, this is the time, like, the universe is forcing us to think about these things, like to make those really long-term plans, to ascend to a higher level by taking care of ourselves first. So I think that
Mm.
has a lot to do with everything that we are all experiencing now. Yeah, and then somebody commented. Somebody says we're all children learning and growing. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you can't go and tell your baby you're not good enough.
Right.
Like, geez Louise.
And
Okay.
you don't get a redo, and there's no redos either with the baby. Like, there's no redos. Oh, speaking of what you were just talking about, Chandra,
Yeah.
remember the experience I had recently, about a month ago, with the baby squirrels.
Oh my
And
gosh, yeah.
you sent me, I remember, because I was really, expressing like, why is this happening? And you sent me something about squirrel medicine and, what the squirrels mean as spirit animals and everything. And the squirrel, when you see a squirrel, a big representation of the squirrel is about storing up for winter. So when you talk about like retirement, it really, it's about, making preparations. And yes, we talk about manifesting all the time. Well, that's manifesting also, in a sense, is storing up for winter and taking care of yourself and preparing for the future in the most basic ways. And preparing for quote unquote retirement is also just as the same as, um, taking care of your physical health, because preparing for winter, the winter time is inevitably going to come. All the seasons come and go. So it's just, I was thinking about that with the squirrels and how it talks about preparing for winter. And you helped me a lot with that information you sent me at that time. So that was really,
yeah, there was a
relevant to what you're
lot. There
saying.
was a lot to that. There was a lot. I mean, there was a lot about self-care. There was a lot about boundaries, and there was, for you anyway, that's what I felt in the moment. But then there was a squirrel, and it wasn't just one. Then there was another, and it was just like, oh man. So
Isn't that insane? It was insane.
yeah, that was a cool experience, and that was what, just right before the Venus retrograde.
A little bit, yeah, about a week or two before that. It was crazy. So we're almost at 10 o'clock. Do you have any like final thoughts, Chandra, that you, or for you?
Yes. I want to say, yes. I want to say that one of the ways that I have been using, one of the tricks that I use in my mind and my head and my thoughts, is I notice my emotions first. If they feel good, it's good or bad. I don't care what it is. If it's happy, joy, love, sadness, anger, rage, whatever. If it's good, I know it's good. And if it's bad, I know it's bad. So I say, like, do I feel good or bad right now? And I check in with myself constantly throughout the day. And like all the time. But then if I notice something good, I'm like, oh, what was the thought I was just having? Because our thoughts are making us feel whatever emotion that is, right? So that's how we can monitor our thoughts, is through our emotions, through our hearts, through our bodies. So I check in with myself. I say, do I feel good? Yes. Oh, let me feel more of that. And I've been doing that a lot lately. So that like immediately gets you into the magic playground. If I feel bad, I'm like, wait, what am I even thinking right now? And then I'm like, ew, is that a satisfying thought? No. So can I change this thought into something opposite or whatever? If yes, then I do. If not, then I just immediately go think of something else. There's no reason at all to have an unsatisfying thought. Right. Does not need to happen.
Chandra, it's exactly what you're saying. It's as simple as, if I think to myself, wow, if I do this, I'm going to get laryngitis again. That's and I start to feel like fear or a negative thought. It's like, no. What I need to do is, my thought should be, I want to stay healthy, so I'm going to do this, this, and this in order to stay healthy. And that thought, the vibration changes right away.
Immediately.
And it's really about the same thing. It's just the way you're thinking about it and your perspective and how it makes you feel. So yeah, totally.
So my fears have been creeping up, and I think that's part of the Scorpio moon and sun and everything else. My fears have been creeping up. So I find myself having these really nice thoughts, right? Especially about romance, because I'm a Libra and I'm always thinking about romantic partners. Like, this is my life. So I'm like, oh, this is really nice. This feels really good. This feels really good. And then all of a sudden I'll get this one little like thought of like, oh, but he'll never go for that. And then I'm like, immediately I'm like, ugh. And then I'm like, wait, what? This is my fantasy. I don't think so, negative thoughts. And then we go back into the fantasy. And sometimes I may be a little delusional, but I don't give a shit because I'm in the playground and that's where I'm going to manifest epicness from. So,
and guess what? You have every right to be delusional all you want. You pay your taxes. You pay your bills. You take care of your personal stuff. You be delusional till kingdom come, baby girl. Do it. You're allowed.
So,
hey,
so there we go.
Enjoy it. Whatever puts you into the vortex, the magic playground, the vortex of abundance, do it.
That's it right there. Yep. Whatever gets you there.
This was so fun.
Yay.
I love you, Chandra. You're the best.
I love you too, Jason. Thank you so much.
Great.
Yeah, we'll close it off. Thanks to everyone here. And thanks for all of the epic comments. Everyone was really just like vibing with it. And I'm really happy. Everybody was like so on point, so on point.
Guys,
so thank you
so much for being here, guys. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us, for sharing this hour with us. It really means the world to us. It's exciting and it's fun, and it's going to continue to be fun and more fun and more fun. So.
Awesome. Bye, guys. See you next week.